Back to the baseball grind after the NFL kicking off its season yesterday. I hope you had a big Thursday night. Pete McCarthy filling in for Greg Ehrenberg here for Best Effin' Bets on OddsShopper. Give us a like, subscribe to our videos. We're here every day giving you the best MLB bets. Not quite every day for the best NFL bets, but that's, of course, ramping up in a big way with everybody else, the other 30 teams getting ready to start up their seasons over the next couple of days. And then, of course, you got college football week 2. I mean, there is a ton of content coming your way, so you could be prepared and make good decisions going into another big sports weekend. We have, as far as baseball goes today, the full Friday slate. We like all of that. Looking on OddsShopper today, not a whole lot of positive ROI here when we start breaking into the games, but I do have one game pick for you, and then we'll look at a couple of pitchers on the strikeout lines ahead as well. So we'll begin with the Rays and the Yankees. Not a big run line here at 7.5, and good reason for that. Some terrific pitchers going head-to-head as we break down this game. I like the under here, under 7.5. We saw DraftKings move the line from -115 to -20. That turned into a negative return on investment. Take a look at it, see if those odds kick back up at some point and get you in the positive here. But it makes sense with an under on this game. We know the Yankees offense has been struggling for months, a ton of injuries. They just lost DJ LeMahieu on top of all of that. As great as Aaron Judge is, he can't hit 5-run homers for this Yankees team. And then the Tampa Bay Rays, they're doing it with their pitching throughout this season as they try to make what would be a historic climb back up to the top of the AL East, entering the series 4.5 games back. But what I like about this game is the pitching matchup. The Tampa Bay Rays, if you have followed them over the course of this season, Drew Rasmussen has just been fantastic for them. Made a lot of headlines a few weeks back when he nearly had the perfect game against the Baltimore Orioles. 1.57 ERA for Rasmussen over his past 6 starts. Something that I like, and I don't make big decisions off of this, but this is going to be the first time that the Yankees see Rasmussen. And as good as he's been tonight or all season, he gets the opportunity to see them for the first time, which I think gives the pitcher a little bit of an advantage here. So I like Rasmussen's end of this game. We know the Tampa Bay Rays a solid bullpen as well. So even if the Rays do Rays things and take out Rasmussen early in the game, you got some quality pitchers backing him up. Now, on the other end for the Yankees, Frankie Montas finally had a good start for the Yanks last time out. Actually did it against the Rays, which I don't love, facing a team second time in a week. But 5 scoreless, 7 strikeouts, only allowed 1 hit in that game down in St. Pete. By far, Montas' best start as a Yankee. He's taken a lot of hits in New York. He hasn't been what they hoped he would be since coming over from the Oakland A's. But you look at Frankie Montas and what he has done over the course of his career. Earlier this season with the Oakland A's, he's a quality pitcher. He's just got to settle in the Bronx, and maybe that start last weekend gets him going a little bit. We know we have a high-quality pitcher here. The Yankees bullpen, yes, you do have to worry a little bit in the middle innings, but if they get it to Clay Holmes, you feel confident that he is right now. He's been terrific since coming off the injured list with the back issues that he was having and kind of struggled for a little while there before that. You also look at how these two teams have gone head-to-head recently. They played in St. Pete last week. Not a lot of scoring in those games. The first game was 9-0, so you had a shutout on one end. The other 2 games finished at 2-1. So, again, you start looking at the pitching matchup here, what these offenses have done of late, the injuries for the Yankees and the way that they have performed offensively. I like the under here at under 7.5. Again, the data's not telling you to jump in on this in a big way, but it's something that I could look at and say, hey, let's hit the under on this game for Rays Yankees 7.5. Of course, we have a special limited time offer for all new users of DraftKings. If you haven't jumped on DraftKings Sportsbook yet, this is a great time to do so. If you go on, you put a $5 bet down on any college football game this weekend, any NFL game this weekend, they're going to put $200 in your account instantly. That easy. Click the link in the video description below. You can claim your free $200 right now. And of course, we got tons of content coming your way. College football, NFL, giving you some smart bets to hit on. Hit on those $5, turn them into $10, turn them into $100, depending on how risky you want to get there. but you're going to get $200 your account either way. So if you haven't signed up for DraftKings Sportsbook yet, a terrific time to do so. Jump on that if you haven't already. Again, the link straight below. All right, a couple of pitchers that we like to strike out line on tonight. We'll begin with Daniel Lynch. And this isn't so much a pick for Daniel Lynch. It is a pick against those Detroit Tigers. So we look at Lynch, the over-under 4.5 strikeouts for him. Looking at the over on this, and this is a positive ROI, 6%. If you check it out on OddsShopper, you can find it plus 120, plus money on PointsBet. And look, Lynch recently faced the Tigers as well. 4 strikeouts in that game. Didn't quite get to 5. Gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. But you look at what the Tigers have done. I mean, this is a team that strikes out a ton. We know Javi Baez is always good for a couple of strikeouts in a given game. That's really where we're looking at here, is to get this Tigers offense a few strikeouts in there. See if Akil Baddoo is in the lineup again for Detroit. And that is what we're looking to push Daniel Lynch over. There's a reason this is plus money as far as plus 120 at PointsBet when you're only talking about getting 5 strikeouts. As Daniel Lynch isn't a great strikeout pitcher, but the Tigers, they are a great strikeout team in the way that you don't want to be a great strikeout team. Looking elsewhere, James Kaprielian making the start for the Oakland A's against the White Sox. The White Sox just absolutely drubbed the A's last night, 14-2, doing a lot of the damage against J.P. Sears in the opening inning. I'll say Kaprielian can have a little bit of a bounce back here. We're not asking for much. We're not asking to throw 7 scoreless innings. We're asking James Kaprielian to get to 4 strikeouts. And that is something that he's done more often than not over the course of this season. Now, you look at the recent history of Kaprielian, he hasn't reached 4 strikeouts in his last 3 outings. But consider, despite the big outburst last night for the Chicago White Sox, they are banged up. Luis Robert has been in and out of this lineup. We know Tim Anderson is not in the lineup. We have some strikeouts there to look for. Kaprielian's not a big strikeout guy either. 16% strikeout rate over the course of this season. But when you look at some of these games of late where Kaprielian hasn't put up a whole lot of strikeouts, but faced some pretty good offenses. You talk about the Seattle Mariners, to some degree, the Yankees, the Washington Nationals last time out. They've been hot, as we've been talking about all week, but there are also 3 unearned runs on Kaprielian's ledger in that game. So that's some more difficult offenses, a playoff type of offenses he's been dealing with of late. And that's why he hasn't gotten to this strikeout total, get to 4 strikeouts in those last 3. But he was over 3.5 strikeouts in the previous 6 starts. So it's something he clearly has the ability to do. I like the matchup against the Chicago White Sox. You're basically looking at even money as of the odds this morning on OddsShopper, minus 108. You can find this on FanDuel. So James Kaprielian will get to 4 strikeouts today. Nice little bounce back, perhaps, for the Oakland A's, at the very least for the A's pitching staff. And look, you throw a ton of innings out of your bullpen the way that the A's had to last night, you're going to ask your starter to eat it a little bit the next day. So I think that even if Kaprielian gives up some runs, the A's aren't going to be in a hurry to go right back to that bullpen after a long night against the Chicago White Sox. 3 picks for you. James Kaprielian getting over 3.5 strikeouts. We're looking at Daniel Lynch to get to 5 strikeouts tonight, mostly a pick against those Detroit Tigers. And then Rays Yankees under 7.5 runs with the terrific pitching matchup there. Drew Rasmussen and Frankie Montes going head-to-head in the Bronx. Appreciate you watching. Remember, if you haven't signed up for DraftKings Sportsbook, great opportunity to get some free money in your account. $5 bet on any college football or NFL game this weekend, and they're going to throw $200 in your account. That'll keep you busy for a while. So be sure to check the link in the video description below if you haven't already. Appreciate you watching again. Best of luck tonight.